you're a really amazing circle holder, space holder, intuitive guide, does that mean that you are going to be an exceptional spiritual teacher? And what I feel about that is pretty passionate. The answer is no. Being a facilitator, a therapist, a counselor, a circle holder, a space creator, a guide, a mentor, whatever terms you use, is not the same as being a teacher. And the teacher has a quality that is essential, that has to be learnt. It isn't necessarily innate, although a lot of us do feel called to the archetype of the teacher, and I am definitely one of them. It is outrageously loud for me, and I honor her and I follow her. But there is a question of power, and the power that the teacher needs to be unafraid of. When we are facilitating a teaching and learning experience, it is not just about, I have wisdom, I am focused on what I want to say to you. It's all about what is in me that I want to transfer, and far more about creating the conditions for the optimal learning experience. And that is a space that must be beautifully curated by the teacher in so many ways. And so the teacher has to be in right action with their own power, right? And by this I mean that inner authority to lead. If you have been in a classroom where the teacher is not in charge, where there's a domineering energy, there's a student taking over, there's someone having a trauma crisis, there's all sorts of things happening that are not part of the experience that you've paid for, it's incredibly frustrating. And we've all been there. We've all been in those spaces where the teacher is not in their power. Now, we are often afraid of that word power, particularly in spirituality, because we have seen the abuses of power, and we live in a patriarchal world where power is, to have power is to abuse power. But in the context of the spiritual teaching and learning experience, that inner authority, that fearlessness to lead, to set the tone for the space, is vital. It is the quality that ensures that the learning experience is as optimized as the teacher getting to just tell us what they want us to know. And this requires that sense of being unafraid to set the tone, unafraid to lead, but also holding the energetic frequency that makes the students feel safe to take these bold leaps, these risks that can only be taken when we feel safe. And that safety comes from the teacher entraining the energetic space. So what I mean by that is entrainment is where every particle will come into frequency with the dominant energy in the room, right? Or with the dominant energy in the body. The idea is that entrainment is that we as the teacher are unafraid to set the tone. Now, I'm a fierce teacher, and I tell all of my students this. I'm not here for pats on the head or handing out cookies or false, positivity. I hold you as I see you, which is as infinite, unlimited consciousness, and my expectations that you come into my learning space with that sense of honoring your own inner authority, to feel empowered to be able to lead your own learning experience. And that is an uncompromising gaze, but I can expect that from those that I serve because I entrain the temple, the learning environment, to that frequency. When we're working as teachers in the spiritual context, it's as much about the words that we say, the practices that we offer, as it is the energy frequency that we entrain our students to be in. There is a yogic goddess called Bhuvaneshwari, who is the container that holds the entire universe. And she holds us so fiercely with such unconditional love that we are all inheriting the benefits of that love. And there's no right or wrong, good or bad, better or worse. There is simply that uncompromising love. And the teacher is very similar to the Bhuvaneshwari energy. That willingness to see, feel, hear, know the highest outcome for our students, even before they walk into our learning space. So we are setting them up for success energetically. And that is so much more powerful than just having a really beautifully designed program and spending hours on your Canvas slides and making sure that every, bit of curriculum is perfect. If you're in that space, you are simply focused on your own experience as the teacher and you're not considering the learning experience of the student. So I begin even days, weeks before teaching in training the students to that highest frequency. That is an offer that's made through the agreement of them paying the money or doing whatever they do to enroll to come into that temple. That entrainment is what we can also think of as super-regulation. So we understand co-regulation, I'm sitting with you, you are regulating with me, I'm regulating with you. But when we're doing this in a larger group, we are super-regulators. We are capable of bringing whole groups of people into that frequency. That is the power of the teacher. And you know what it feels like to walk into a space that has been energetically prepared, even if you've never named it. Entrainment and super-regulation are absolute cornerstones of what it is to be an exceptional spiritual teacher. And if you want more, I have a free masterclass right now, how to be an exceptional spiritual teacher. Just comment teacher and I will send you out the recording. It is an hour of gold if you want to supercharge your role as a teacher, or perhaps maybe you are teacher curious. Perhaps you are a circle holder, a practitioner, a space creator, and you are ready to move into that role as teacher. So comment teacher, I will share the link with you, and have the most glorious day. Bye.